Hey guys, and welcome to another video on the channel. First off, I want to apologize if I sound sick right now. It's because I very much am, but I can't let Barbenheimer weekend pass without me at least addressing the Thursday night previews. So last night, Barbie and Oppenheimer, or otherwise known as Barbenheimer, both premiered to Thursday night preview showings, and Barbie premiered to a 2023 high of over $21 million in one night, and Oppenheimer premiered to $10.5 million, also a fantastic sum for Thursday. And I gotta say, I right off the bat am extremely surprised about Barbie. The previous high for Thursday night previews was held by Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and that was just at $17.5 million. So Barbie more than cleared Guardians 3. So previously it was projected that Barbie was going to make about $100 million opening weekend. Fantastic for a movie that cost like $135 million to make. But now, given that it made way more than Guardians 3 in Thursday night previews, and Guardians went on to make $118 million in the opening box office weekend, I think that Barbie is going to end up making like $125 million just in North America, which is absolutely insane. But I gotta say, I love the fact that it's doing so well along with Oppenheimer. By all accounts, it seems like both movies are fantastic. Last time I checked, Barbie was holding a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, 89% for the audiences, and Oppenheimer was sitting at 94% for audiences as well as critics. And I think it's time for us to address the fact that Barbenheimer is a real thing, because, you know, Barbie is going to open to probably, I think, $125 million over the 3-day weekend, but Oppenheimer, $10.5 million is still fantastic. Let's not get caught up with the fact that Barbie's making way more than Oppenheimer, because people are gonna, flip it to say Barbie beat Oppenheimer. But the thing is, Oppenheimer was never gonna make $135 million opening weekend. It's still gonna open to like 50-60 million, which, let's put it in perspective on what Oppenheimer is. It is a historical drama about the creation of the nuclear bomb. Basically, this movie is making a ton of money because of Christopher Nolan directing it, and it just looks like a fantastic movie. Both movies are absolutely crushing it, and this is fantastic for theaters who have been not doing so well this summer. There have been a lot of major movies released that have underperformed in the box office. You know, you have flops such as Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, The Flash. You had big hits in Spider-Verse as well as Transformers, but those movies they didn't make like $1 billion or anything. They were still great for the theaters, but with Mission Impossible kind of underperforming last weekend too, theaters really needed a big influx of people coming to the movie theaters over a weekend, and it seems like that's what's happening right now. And I may make another video about this once we have the full weekend shaped out and we know exactly how much each movie made, but Barbenheimer could have just changed summer blockbusters forever. Both are major motion picture movies that are about to crush in the box office. They used one another in marketing to promote one another's films and get people in the theater. They kind of mixed them together. Last time I checked, there were like 20,000 people who are subscribers of AMC A-List that wanted to do a double feature, or they booked a double feature. When's the last time something like that has happened for two totally different movies? And both movies being extremely well received as well is nothing but icing on top of the cake. I think that we could see a huge shift in how major studios are releasing their movies, because now, you're gonna lose out some money from another major motion picture releasing on the same day, but not necessarily. Like, you could get something like an Oppenheimer and get something like a Barbie opening up on the same weekend and still make a ton of money. Something else too that I think shouldn't be ignored is the fact that neither of these movies are attached to a sequel or a prequel or whatever. Like, granted, Barbie is a major franchise, but come on, let's be honest with ourselves. How big was a Barbie movie going to be if it hadn't been for the promotion of this movie, the quality of the movie, Greta Gerwig directing, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling starring? Probably not that big. This movie could have very well flopped, but hopefully this can show studios that audiences are still itching for movies that aren't attached to a previous franchise, or if you attach a movie to an IP like Barbie, that as long as the movie is good and it's well promoted, people will go to the theater. You just have to give them an excuse to go. I'm not going to be able to see either of these movies until probably next Wednesday, and I'll put out reviews for them whenever I do get around to seeing them. But let me know what you guys think. Have any of you guys gotten around to seeing Oppenheimer or Barbie yet? What did you think of the movies? What do you think of these early Thursday preview numbers and what they could mean for the opening weekend? And thanks for watching this video. Subscribe for more. Bye, guys.